Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field, where today your Roseburg Indians get ready to host the North Medford Black Tornado in a Southwest Conference baseball matchup. We are at the midway point of the Southwest Conference schedule. Roseburg wrapping up their first time through. Coming up after this, it's the second meeting with all of these teams in the Southwest Conference in the home stretch of the league season. We're definitely looking forward to what is to come around the Umpqua Basin, and it is going to be an interesting stretch run in the Southwest Conference. Things are pretty tight amongst the teams in the conference standings. We'll be running through that for you coming up here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. It's Roseburg and North Medford about to get things started here this afternoon on The Score. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Joey Kieran. Great to be with you here for another broadcast of Roseburg High School sports here on The Score. As we get ready for this matchup, Roseburg coming in with a 9-7 overall record. They're 5-3 in conference play, currently sitting in second place in the Southwest Conference standings, one game behind league leader Willamette. On the other side, North Medford 10-4 on the season. They're 4-3 in conference play, and they're 1.5 games out of first place, half a game behind Roseburg right now for second place in the conference standings. The two teams will meet for a single game today before they wrap up the regular season with a doubleheader at the end of the schedule coming up a little later on in the month of May. Should be a good one for us here today, and we hope you look forward to tuning in for this one. This is the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Coming up here in the pregame show, we're going to get a chance to talk with head coach Troy Thompson of the Roseburg Indians and get a chance to hear from the coach about last weekend's doubleheader against the Willamette Wolverines and today's matchup with the Black Tornado. That's going to be coming up here in just a moment. Want to remind everybody that today's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com. You can watch the action streaming there or find us on our YouTube channel. That's 1490 The Score on YouTube. You can watch the broadcast there. Hit the subscribe button, and you'll be able to follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the rest of this school year. That is all brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe, our video stream sponsor. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we're going to hear from head coach Troy Thompson here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Back here with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Well, Roseburg wrapping up the first time through conference play here today as they welcome in the North Medford Black Tornado to Champion Car Wash Field. Joining us is Coach Troy Thompson here. Coach, we talked about it last Saturday. When you lose game one, the best you can hope for is a split in game two. You come away from that Willamette game, a battle against the team that's currently sitting at the top of the conference standings. Nice to see the guys kind of be able to rebound and collect themselves in game two on a Saturday, to be able to come away feeling a little bit better about kind of just how things worked out for you guys in that last game.
Well, that's just it. It's a lot better feel coming out with one win rather than getting beat twice. So it was a good job by our kids to respond and rebound after game one to get game two and hopefully build a little momentum toward, like you said, the end of our first half here and into the second half of the season.
Yeah, that momentum piece is always big, and it can be kind of quite the roller coaster, especially when kids are 15, 16, 17 years old. How do you kind of continue to try to foster these guys feeling good about what they're doing and yet still kind of focusing on being able to improve each and every day?
Well, that's just it. That's the trick. You want them to be excited about the game, excited about being here, excited for the opportunities that they have ahead of them, and hopefully that, fosters some work and some effort and some enjoyment out of their time here in the program. So all those are important things, and it's nice to know that we are just coming through the end of our first half here, so we do have some games on the horizon, which is a good thing. The ability to play again is a good thing. So hopefully, like I said, foster some enjoyment for the game, and hopefully that leads to good things on the field and some success there, and then that kind of builds upon itself. So hopefully that can continue to happen for us here as we move forward.
There's always, I'm sure it's a laundry list of things that you could probably go through, but, what are some areas that you guys, as you hit this midway point in the league schedule, the home stretch of the season in front of you, what are areas that you still kind of are kind of hitting with these guys to try and hammer home on a regular basis that, if we want to make a run, these are areas we want to try and continue to pick things up at?
Well, that would be about everything revolving around baseball, Joey.
I figured the problem.
You got to continue to work on the fundamentals of the game because the game doesn't change. It's still the same game. You're going to have a guy on the mound and a hitter at the plate. And so you've got to work on, obviously, your pitching, and you've got to work on your offensive approach. And, of course, then you have to work on the defensive approach. Play clean defense, get good pitching, and be aggressive at the plate and make things happen on the bases. That's kind of the whole game. So we'll continue to work on those and getting that key hit with runners on base and things we've talked about through the years. That hasn't changed, or will it change? I don't think ever in baseball. You still got to be able to do those things. So we'll continue to focus on the big picture and break it down practice by practice to smaller pieces of it, and hopefully we can step by step improve those things as we move forward.
That all being said, I guess I should have maybe asked, where are you seeing things that you're liking what this team is doing at this point, that they are, kind of, I guess, performing to the way you want to see them do? They can always be better, but,
Sure.
What things do you like about what you guys have been doing?
I think we do a good job on the mound. I think we've had some good starting performances and some good innings on the mound, which is where it's got to start in baseball, and we've done a fairly good job there, I think. Obviously, we played solid defense, most of the time. When we struggle defensively, and that leads to bad things. So when we're able to play clean and play solid and make routine plays, good things generally happen for us. So, and you'd like to always be more offensive for sure, and that's the challenge. So to try to put all those pieces together or improve upon those, that is the challenge. So hopefully we can continue to do those things as we move forward here.
Today you guys got a North Medford squad that comes back with a lot of talent after winning the conference title last year. Always a program that is there contending. Do you see anything different out of this year's squad for North?
No, like you said, they had a tremendous year last year and, lost some key pieces to that team. But they, replaced them and move forward like everybody has to. And they've done a nice job of that this year with some quality players again. And, you expect nothing less than a great ball club coming in when it's North Medford. So we'll expect that again here today, and when we see them down at their place in a double here in a few weeks. So, it's an exciting time and an exciting game, to get on the field with a league opponent. And when it's North Medford, it adds a little bit extra just because of their success and the things they've been able to do through the years. So, we look forward to it, and hopefully today we are able to rise to that challenge and give ourselves an opportunity to play well here today.
All right, Coach, we appreciate the time here in the pregame, and Thanks so much.
Thanks, Joey.
Well, that is head coach Troy Thompson here in the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. The team has taken the field, so we're going to go ahead and we will make up our final 2-minute break of the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We're going to make that up as we go along here in the broadcast today. So Connor back in the studio running our radio production. Just a quick note there, we will make up the 2-minute break later on in the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting North Medford Black Tornado. They are 10-4 on the season, 4-3 in conference play. Leading things off for head coach Kerry Curtis, the reigning Southwest Conference Coach of the Year, will be Frankie Ritigliano, a DH. Leading things off for the Black Tornado, Easton Curtis, the center fielder, will bat second. Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher, hitting third, followed by Kellen Willer, the first baseman. Batting in the 5 spot is Colton Morgan, the shortstop. In right field, Jake Payton will bat 6th. Hitting 7th is the starting pitcher, Dominic Daffron. Austin Warren, the left fielder, will bat 8th. And Ben Morgan is your second baseman, and he wraps up the starting 9 for the visiting Black Tornado. First pitch, swatted at and fouled away for strike 1 to Frankie Ritigliano. On the mound for Roseburg is Camden Hartzell. Camden Hartzell, the right-hander, will fire the 0-1 pitch high and inside, backing Ritigliano off the plate. Hartzell comes in, making his 7th appearance on the season, his 4th start. He's got a 1-2 record so far this year. He drops in a breaking ball at the top of the zone for strike 2. Hartzell on the year, 18 1/3 innings worked. His ERA has been steadily coming down, 6.87. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That ball in the dirt, tag applied by Paxton Burke behind the dish. And that's a strikeout to Ritigliano to lead things off here in the first inning. 1 away on the strikeout for Hartzell. Camden Hartzell came in with 24 strikeouts in 18 1/3 inning. And he gets another swing and a miss as Easton Curtis chases the breaking ball. 24 strikeouts, 16 walks. Again, the ERA steadily coming down from a little bit higher after a tough performance early in the year against Lake Oswego. And it is now sub-7, so that's a good sign there for Hartzell. He's got 2 strikes against Easton Curtis, the center fielder. Takes a breaking ball for a called strike 2. The 0-2 pitch misses low, cutting back towards the shoe tops of Easton Curtis, the right-handed batter. Underway here in the top of the first. 1 away, nobody on for North Medford. Chopping at a pitch high, out of the zone probably there for Curtis. Got a piece of it, stays alive with the 1-2 count. On the mound, Hartzell winds and fires. Got him with another breaking ball. That curveball working here early for Camden Hartzell. That's back-to-back strikeouts to start off the game. Strikeouts this season for Roseburg pitchers are brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. When disaster strikes, it's good to have someone you can trust on your side. Call Chris with State Farm at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a free quote. Swing and a miss. They continue on that breaking ball. Jeremiah Robbins goes chasing. No balls, 1 strike. Robbins, the 3-hitter, against Hartzell, who is wheeling and dealing here early. Breaking ball hits the inside corner. Big-time movement on that pitch. And it's an 0-2 count for Robbins. Hartzell looking about as sharp as we've seen him this year. The 0-2. Bounces it at the plate for a 1-2 count. Back behind the plate, catching for Roseburg today, Paxton Burke. Out at first base, Keegan Carpenter at second. Is Caden Austin on the left side, Jake Johnson at third, Brooks Avery at short. The 1-2 pitch, low and outside. Count evens up at 2-2. Out there defensively in the outfield for Roseburg from left to right, Heath King, Dane St. Clair, and Brevin Harrison. The 2-2 pitch. Just a hair low there for Camden. And he's got himself a full count against Jeremiah Robbins, the 3-hitter. The full count pitch hit towards center. That's going to be played off the hop for Dane St. Clair. A 2-out single for Jeremiah Robbins gets us underway here in the first inning. First hit for North Medford. Still 2 outs. for Roseburg defensively. They'll try to get the final out here as Kellen Willer will bat, the first baseman, batting with Robbins on at first. We'll double check and make sure they didn't. No, they did make a change for a courtesy runner for the catcher. Pitch low to Willer for a 1-0 start. Double check there at first base, trying to catch the number on the back of the jerseys. The 1-0 pitch fouled away. Strike one to Willer. Hey, good. Look at that. They got numbers on the front of the jerseys for North Medford. Lets us know that that is Cade Pedersen out there running at first base for Jeremiah Robbins. High and inside, 2-1 count to Willer, the first baseman. Kellen Willer, a returning, one of 6 returning all Southwest Conference selections for North from last year. Chops at a pitch on the outer half of the plate, fouls it back into the net behind home. Willer, a second team all Southwest Conference first baseman a year ago. Senior on this year's club. Bats out of the cleanup spot with a man at first, 2 away in the top of the first inning. The 2-2 from Hartzell. Slide steps. It's a hard hit ball at short, knocked off the glove for Brooks Avery and trickles into center field. Avery did everything he could to try and stretch an extra inch to get to that ball, but it was just off the end of his leather with the full-on dive. Trying to knock it down on the one hop. It makes its way into center field. Back-to-back singles up the middle for North Medford.
Next batting shortstop, number 1, Colton
Willer will get on at first. Pedersen running for Jeremiah Robbins will be at second, and it's Colton Morgan. Takes low and outside, ball 1. Back-to-back strikeouts to start off this game for Camden Hartzell. Now he's given up back-to-back singles, trying to get out of the first inning. Kind of looked like he wanted to try and pull the bat back, but boy, he got a full-on swing there for Colton Morgan. He'll take a step out, gather himself as he digs back in for the 1-1 pitch. Hartzell's breaking ball, missing low and inside. Colton Morgan, also one of those returning all-conference selections. Honorable mention on the infield a year ago. Another senior for the Black Tornado. 2-1 pitch, missing low. 6th returning all-conference selection. The top half of the order for North Medford, is loaded with them. A 3-1 from Hartzell is in the air out towards right center. Dane St. Clair seems to have a read on it. He'll make the catch towards the alley in right field. And that'll retire Morgan and finish things off here in the first inning. North Medford, after back-to-back strikeouts, well, makes it a little interesting here in the top of the first, but they do not score. No runs, 2 hits. There were no Roseburg errors and 2 men left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Still scoreless between Roseburg and North Medford here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Go to the bottom of the first inning. Head coach Troy Thompson and the Roseburg Indians will be coming up to bat. Coach Thompson, in his 22nd year leading the program, his starting lineup will have Brooks Avery leading things off, the shortstop, followed by Paxton Burke, the catcher. Dane St. Clair in center field will bat third. Jake Johnson, the third baseman, batting cleanup, followed by Brevin Harrison in right field. Camden Hartzell, the pitcher, will bat sixth. Keegan Carpenter at first base, hitting seventh. At second base, hitting eighth, is Caden Austin, and rounding out the starting nine will be the left fielder, Heath King. So look at your starting lineup for Roseburg. They'll face Dominic Daffrin, the right-hander, on the mound. First pitch swinging for Avery is out towards right field, and that one will make its way out of the ballpark for strike one. We are underway in the bottom of the first. Scoreless ball game so far between Roseburg and North Medford. Dominic Daffrin on the mound. The right-hander, just a junior, was a first-team all-conference pitcher a year ago as a sophomore. Expected to see him here today. Looking back at who North Medford threw over the weekend, and we get exactly what we expected, and this is a tough matchup. Ground ball, third base, goes off the glove for Mason Baker. Starting at third base, will not make the play to first. On to start off the game will be Brooks Avery. That'll go down as an error on a ground ball right at the third baseman. Mason Baker starting there at third. Misplays the ground ball by Brooks Avery. And a runner on for the Indians. We'll bring up Paxton Burke, the catcher. Avery will take his lead at first. Strike hits the outside corner to start things off here for Burke. Burke, the switch hitter. Will bat left-handed against a right-handed pitcher. Daffrin giving some attention to Avery over there. He pitches out high and away. Not sure if it was an intentional pitch out there. But there's no way that North Medford doesn't know that Brooks Avery likes to try and run. He takes a big lead out there. Boy, he will draw the attention of Dominic Daffrin, who has to step off the rubber, circles, and steps back on. Avery had quite the lead out at first. He'll take it again. Now he dives back in, looking to force that throw to first base. We saw it happen last Saturday when Willamette was here. Misplays to first base can be costly, and Avery trying to prompt those throws. He'll prompt another one. Back in safely he goes. Kellen Willer at first, applying the tag. But if one of those gets away, Avery's got a good chance of being at third. He's got the big lead. He's running. They throw out. Throw down to second base. Will not be in time. One hops to the shortstop side of the bag. Tag applied by Colton Morgan, but not in time. A 2-1 count for Paxton Burke at the plate with a man in scoring position. 18th stolen base on the year for Brooks Avery. He's at second base. Burke pops one towards the parking lot for strike two. Behind the plate for for North Medford today, Jeremiah Robbins back there. Finally a senior. The guy has been on that North Medford roster for some time. Pop fly, shallow left field, drifting into foul territory. Long run catch made by Austin Warren. It goes tumbling forward as he makes that play. In foul territory to retire Burke. One away.
Next batter, center fielder number 13, Dane St.
Forward
Clair.
momentum ended up causing him to lose his feet and fall forward as he crossed over the chalk line, almost as if he tripped on the white line, and made the catch as he continued to face it. Ground ball backhand to first. Kellen Willer will make the play over at first base. Up to third will go Brooks Avery. Off the bat at Dane St. Clair, first pitch swinging. Willer makes the play at first on his own, 2 down. Roseburg will have the go-ahead runner at third with 2 down, and Jake Johnson will try to come up with a big hit here for the Indians in the bottom of the first. Scoreless ball game. First pitch swinging off the hands, fouled away. Robbins behind the plate, Willer at first. The rest of the defense for the Black Tornado. Ben Morgan at second on the left side of the diamond. Mason Baker at third. Colton Morgan at short. And in the outfield from left to right, Austin Warren, Easton Curtis, and Jake Payton. Breaking ball, low and outside, knocked down by Robbins. Keeps it in front of home plate. Robbins, the very experienced backstop. Frames up a breaking ball perfectly for a strike against Johnson. Jeremiah Robbins back there, a first-team all-conference catcher last year. He's been on the varsity team since his freshman year. Feels like he's been there for 6 seasons already. Finally a senior. He is committed to go play for his uncle that goes by the same name of Jeremiah Robbins at Umpqua Community College next year. That should make life interesting. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Down on a strikeout for Jake Johnson. That'll finish off the first inning. Roseburg will get a man on via the error, but they cannot bring in Brooks Avery, who finishes at third. No runs, no hits. There was 1 error and 1 man left on base. We're through 1. It's scoreless. Roseburg and North Medford here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
First batter for North Medford in top of the second inning to the right fielder, number 16, Jake Payton.
Top of the second inning. Up to bat will be Jake Payton, the right fielder. Foul ball on the first pitch. Takes low and inside for ball 1 to even up the count here against Camden Hartzell. Scoreless ball game so far. Line drive goes left side. Will one hop into left field in front of Heath King. Third hit of the game for this North Medford team that is coming off of a doubleheader sweep against South Medford last Saturday, where they had a combined 27 hits in that twin bill. They'll have 3 so far in this one, but still scoreless. Up to bat will be Dominic Daffrin, the starting pitcher for the Black Tornado. He squares to bunt, pushes it first base side. It'll be Hartzell to scoop it up, flips it to Carpenter. Sack bunt laid down by the pitcher. There's one away. Brings up Austin Warren,
Next batter,
the left fielder.
Austin Warren.
Austin is batting 8th in the lineup. He'll bat here with a man in scoring position. The first pitch is just outside for a 1-0 count. Beautiful day here in the Umpqua Basin. Sunshine overhead, although not necessarily all that warm here today. As Hartzell will give a long look to second, delivers in the 1-0 pitch, hits the inside corner at the knees. 57 degrees, mostly sunny overhead. There are a few hazy clouds high up in the stratosphere. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball. That drops in beautifully for a strike. Austin Warren, a junior, a new name in this starting lineup for North Medford. A lot of familiar names, but there are a few new ones. Ground ball on a breaking ball to short, picked up by Avery. Throws a little high, but it is there in time for the out at first. Keegan Carpenter, the senior at first base, able to get up on his tiptoes on the bag, makes the catch, 2 down. Up to third base goes Jake Payton, who led off the inning with a single to left field. He's 90 feet from home with 2 down. Looking to try and put North Medford in front will be Ben Morgan. He takes a breaking ball high for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery here for Hartzell. Popped up right side. That ball will carry out of play. Brevin Harrison out in right field giving chase, but that one off of the Newell family hitting facility down the right field side here at Champion Car Wash Field. Field looking great, but it always does. The artificial turf. Not having to deal with water this time around. Saturday was a wet one here at Champion Car Wash Field. 1-1 pitch, called strike 2. Roseburg and Willamette squaring off in the doubleheader. Having to deal with pretty much consistent drizzle and rain throughout that day. It was definitely slick out there. There's a ball belted in the air out towards left field. Pretty well hit. Heath King on the run. That's over his head. I think he might have had a chance with the over-the-shoulder catch. Couldn't bring it in. And it'll be an RBI double for Ben Morgan. So North will take the early lead. That ball over the top of the head of Heath King out in left field. 4th hit of the game for North Medford. And a 2-out double puts the Black Tornado on the board. Peyton easily scores from third. Strike taken on the first pitch to Frankie Retigliano, who struck out in the first. Up for a second time in his mini innings. 0-1 delivery from Hartzell. Breaking ball, got him to foul tip that one. 0-2 count. So Morgan gets the Black Tornado on the board here in the second. A 1-0 lead for North. Retigliano, he hits a line drive to left field. That one's going to roll. Morgan will score from second. The throw in will be off the line, and sliding in head first goes Retigliano with his RBI double. Back-to-back RBI doubles for North Medford, and they take a 2-0 lead here in the second. Trading places with Morgan was Retigliano. That'll make it 3 hits here in the second. 5 hits total. That ball popped up right side. Looks like Carpenter has a read on it, and the senior will make the catch, fighting the sun a bit to make that play in foul territory. Easton Curtis will foul out to finish things here in the second, but 2 runs come in on back-to-back doubles by Morgan and Retigliano. The Black Tornado in front as we go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 our score here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Thank you. 1 minute.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
First batter for Roseburg, right fielder number 9, Brevin Harrison.
Bottom of the second inning, Roseburg trailing North Medford 2-0 as the Black Tornadoes strike first. On the mound, Dominic Daffron now with the lead to work with. He'll fire in the first pitch in the air to right field, coming in. And there to make the catch, Jake Payton out that direction will retire Brevin Harrison, who leads things off for Roseburg. The Indians being aggressive here early on. A lot of first pitch swings so far has not resulted in a base hit. Up to bat now will be Camden Hartzell, the pitcher, looking to help his own cause. Bounce in the first pitch there from Daffrin. Today's ball game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or give them a call at 541-459-1545. Ground ball towards short. In front of it, Colton Morgan. Throw to first in time. Step ahead of Camden Hartzell for the second out. Quickly 2 down. And that'll bring up the 7-hitter Keegan Carpenter.
Batter, first baseman number 4, Keegan Carpenter.
Carpenter takes high and inside for ball 1. Keegan Carpenter, starting first baseman, takes down the middle for a strike. 7th hitter in the lineup. The 1-1, ooh, just down the third base side, foul. Strike 2 for Keegan Carpenter. Usually a starter on the days when Hartzell is on the mound. That is the case here today. He swings after strike 3 and will be thrown out at first to finish off the side. A 1-2-3 frame there for Dominic Daffrin. He's got 2 punch outs in the ball game, and Roseburg trails 2-0 through 2 innings of play. It was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base as we go to the top of the third. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Awesome.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Top of the third inning. North Medford leading Roseburg 2-0. Joey Keyran here with you. Jeremiah Robbins leading things off. 1 for 1 on the day for him. Just fouled off a pitch to even up the count. 1-1 against Camden Hartzell into his third inning of work. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed with that breaking ball to get to 2 strikes here against Robbins. The 3-hitter leading things off in the third inning. 5 hits in the game so far for North Medford. Robbins had the first of them. He'll take inside, sliding back out of the way of the pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hartzell trying to keep this a tight ball game at 2-0. Ball fouled off at the plate by Robbins. Three-two pitch coming up here. No, excuse me, it's a 2-2 pitch. That was a foul ball, so a 2-2. There's strike 3 called. Robbins goes down looking. Didn't expect that call coming. He takes the punch out, goes down for the first out here in the third inning, 1 away. Kellen Willer, the first baseman, will bat. He's 1 for 1 in the contest. Another strikeout there for Camden Hartzell. Missed that one well outside. For Hartzell, that is strikeout number 3. He has now struck out the top 3 batters in the lineup for North Medford at least once. 1-0 for Willer outside. Rotigliano, Curtis, Robbins, Willer, Colton Morgan, yep. Pitch in the dirt, 3-0 count. Those 5 hitters at the top of the order, all of them are returning all-conference selections from last year when North Medford won the Southwest Conference. Strike taken on the 3-0 pitch. Last year, North going 15-3 in conference play, finishing first in the Southwest Conference. Then later eliminating Roseburg in the state playoffs as a ball hard hit towards the alley in right center. St. Clair's got to get there to cut it off. Backhands, throws in, will not get it there in time. As sliding into the bag hard goes Kellen Willer. Third double of the game for North Medford. They are finding the alleys out in the outfield. And on this artificial turf, that ball takes off. That is a 1-out double for Kellen Willer. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. Man in scoring position for North Medford as Colton Morgan will bat. Shows a bunt on the first pitch, takes it for a strike. Breaking ball dropping in. A lot of moving pieces on that first pitch of the at-bat. A breaking ball starting high, cutting low. You had Morgan showing a bunt. Ooh, this time it got him. That inside pitch will hit him. Didn't get the snap off on the breaking ball for Hartzell that he wanted. Leaves it hanging inside, and Morgan wears it.
Number 16,
first hit batter of the ball game for either side. Runners at first and second. 1 out. That ball belted high in the air out towards left field. On the run, Heath King towards the foul line. Makes the catch. Everybody will head back. King makes a dynamite throw back into the infield. But I think that probably had everybody, much like it had me, in the Roseburg dugout holding their breath. That ball gets away at second base. Behind it, I don't know if you got many guys ready in position to back up that play. If that ball gets away from Caden Austin at second base, that's disaster for Roseburg. First pitch fouled away right back at us here for strike 1 off the bat of Dominic Daffrin, who laid down a sac bunt his last time up. So I understand where King was thinking there, and he made a great throw, but that's not what you necessarily need to see. Pitch missing inside with the breaking ball. Just need to get the ball back in, to hit it your cutoff man, make the safe play, and don't necessarily make a risky one where if that ball gets away, it's going to cost Roseburg some runs. Pitch low, 2-1 count for Dominic Daffrin. A 2-1 pitch here from Hartzell. That ball fouled off for strike 2. Last year was kind of interesting. Roseburg finished 4th, I think it was, if I'm remembering now correctly, in the Southwest Conference, but ended up being the second to last team eliminated from the state playoffs. They faced North Medford in the quarterfinals. And as far as I can tell, the first time that North Medford and Roseburg have ever met in the state playoffs. Ball knocked down into the outfield grass by Brooks Avery, the shortstop, on a hard hit ball at the gap there on the left side of the infield. Knocked it down with the backhand. Was able to get back to it quickly, and that holds all the runners, but the bases are loaded as Avery couldn't field it cleanly.
Austin Warren.
Daffrin on at first. Morgan at second. Willer at third. 2 away. Roseburg needs 1 more to get through this 3rd inning and keep it a 2-0 deficit. First pitch, just a bit low and outside to Austin Warren, who grounded out to shortstop his first time up. The 1-0 is fouled off the end of the bat. Got caught out in front there for Warren. It'll go down, I believe, E6 probably is what Roseburg's thinking in the dugout on that ground ball by Daffrin to Brooks Avery. 1-1. Breaking ball, slapped right side, picked up by Caden Austin. He throws to first. What a play defensively from his knees. Austin will make the final out here in the top of the 3rd. And that will get Roseburg out of the third inning without giving up a run, thanks to some big defense there by Austin on the right side of the diamond. For North Medford, no runs. There was one hit, one Roseburg error, and 3 men left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Medford in front on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
First pitch swinging here to start off the bottom of the third. Caden Austin makes the defensive play to end the top of the third. And here in the bottom of the third, he gets a bloop single to right field to start things off. First hit of the game for Roseburg. Caden Austin is on. You love it when things work out for a guy that he makes the play defensively and then gets a chance to bat in the bottom half of the inning or in the other half of the inning and able to get up and make a difference with the bat in his hand as well. First pitch high to Heath King, the 9 batter, who will start things off. I guess actually could say he's wrapping things up. First time through the lineup card for Roseburg. Playing way in is Mason Baker, the third baseman, taking ball 2. A 2-0 count for Heath King. King, the left-handed batter, trying to sacrifice himself to move Austin into scoring position. Does square to bunt again. He'll pull it first base side. Picked up. Daffrin makes the easy play to first. Willer there for it. Up to second base goes Austin. And King asked to do a job and comes through. And that will be the first out here in the bottom of the third. 1 away. A man at second base for Roseburg. Top of the order up to bat. Only other man to reach base for Roseburg was Brooks Avery. Reached on a leadoff error in the first inning. He's up to bat for a second time. Today's game brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall. Off-speed pitch hits the outside corner for a strike. Family and cosmetic dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or give him a call at 541-378-6694. The 0-1 from Daffrin. Check swing. Call at home is that he did go around. Avery could not hold off. Brooks Avery with a 2-run triple in Game 2 of the doubleheader against Willamette. That Roseburg won 8-5 back on Saturday. They got the split here at home. Avery takes high, a 1-2 count. Roseburg losing 5-0 in Game 1. First time they had been shut out all season. Game 2 started late, 30 minutes because of the rain. Is a ground ball up the middle, gets all the way into center field. Austin coming around, heading for home. The throw to home gets away from Robbins, bounces by. The throw beat him. It looked like Austin might have tripped up a little bit going around third. Either that or he just was a little slow around the bag. But an RBI single for Brooks Avery. He ends up at second on the throw. And Roseburg's on the board. 2-1 the score. That ball just getting by Jeremiah Robbins at the plate. Robbins tried to look casual as if the throw wasn't coming his way to deke out the runner. Maybe a bit too casual. That ball out towards left field, calling off the shortstop. Austin Warren, the left fielder, makes the catch. Second time that Paxton Burke has flown out to left field. There's 2 down. Brooks Avery still out at second base after his RBI single drove in Caden Austin. It's 2-1 our score here in the third. And we'll bring up Dane St. Clair trying to tie this one up with 2 outs and a man at second. Avery out at second base, dancing around with Colton Morgan, the shortstop, behind him, holding him on. First pitch outside to the lefty, St. Clair, who grounded out to first base his first time up. Takes on the outside corner again, this time called for a strike. Dane, 1-1. Check swing. He didn't go around. The umpire, no call, no appeal. It'll be a 2-1 count. The pitch. St. Clair gets underneath one, belts it high in the air out towards right field. That ball's going deep into the corner. It hits off the base of the wall. Avery will score from third. St. Clair is heading to third base, and he's in. It's a stand-up triple. That one just about 5 feet shy of clearing the right field fence for the first home run by a high schooler here at Champion Car Wash Field that I had seen in a while, but he comes up just short as Dane St. Clair will bring in the game-tying run on a ball he elevates to left, hits off the base of the wall, and brings in Brooks Avery. Oh, man, Dane getting underneath one. He had a home run at Sheldon a couple of weeks ago. He has a triple here a week and a half ago. Or maybe that was just a week ago now that I think about it. I think it was last Tuesday. Swing and a miss. Strike two to Jake Johnson. Yeah, it was just a week ago. Dane hit that home run over the right field fence at Sheldon. Almost had one here at home. Jake Johnson takes a pitch that looked like it was probably strike three. North Medford doesn't get the call. Tie ball game, 2-2 on the triple by Dane St. Clair in the third. The 1-2. Jake swings after a breaking ball, picked up by Robbins, throws down to first to retire the side. That'll wrap things up in the third inning. Third strikeout for Dominic Daffrin, but Roseburg gets on the board and they tie it up. 2 runs on 2, make that 3 hits. There were no North Medford errors and 1 man left on base. We'll head to the top of the fourth. All new ball game here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Well, Camden Hartzell with a little bit of momentum on his side now. First pitch, strike one as we start off the fourth inning. Ben Morgan at the plate. Takes the strike at the knees over the plate. Now he'll slap a breaking ball to left field. The one hopper to Heath King for a leadoff single to begin the fourth inning. Ben Morgan is 2 for 2. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball on the Score. First pitch swinging for leadoff man Frankie Retigliano, lifted to left field. King runs underneath it, and that is your first out here in the fourth inning. Back to first base goes Ben Morgan. Retigliano now 1 for 3, had his RBI double in the second, giving North Medford an early lead. That would make it 2-0 at that time. Roseburg responding with 2 runs in the bottom of the third to tie this one up. Pickoff throw to first base. Back in safely goes Ben Morgan. Easton Curtis 0 for 2 in the game will stand in. The center fielder. Another pickoff throw to first, not in time. Today's game brought to you by Chuck Swarm and Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Squaring to bunt, fouls it away. Curtis with one out, trying to find his way on base. 0-1 count. The pitch here from Hartzell. Takes his time. Hits the outside corner for a called strike with his breaking ball. Roseburg back in the game. Roseburg wearing the orange tops here today. I really like that new color. That look is pretty sharp. It's the 0-2 pitch. Grounder left side. Backhand. Goes right under the glove for Avery as he makes a sliding attempt. Easton Curtis will have his first hit of the game. Gets it just past Brooks Avery into left field. Runners at first and second with one away. Avery has been out there trying to cover a ton of ground, but he's had a couple of tough balls to try and field. Jeremiah Robbins will bat. He's 1 for 2 today. Struck out looking his last time up. The big catcher takes high on a breaking ball. Roseburg softball is at home today, hosting North Medford as well. Bottom of the fourth in that one. They're tied 1-1 over there across town. 1-0 pitch is low from Hartzell. Starting the day, Roseburg was in second place in both the baseball and softball standings in the Southwest Conference. And right behind them by half a game in both standings, North Medford. Check swing. That's a fair ball. In and out of the glove for Burke. Throws to first. They'll get Robbins at first base. Burke thought about trying to go to third to get the lead runner. And it was not a bad idea, but he bobbled it, and so that nixed that idea. Morgan gets to third base. Curtis is on at second, but Robbins thrown out at first for the second out. Swing and a miss. First pitch for Kellen Willer. Willer is 2 for 2 in the game. Got an opportunity here. Try and put North Medford back in front. He'll have to do it with 2 outs. Hartzell gets another swing and a miss. Strike 2. (0-2) delivery for Camden. Trying to wrap up the top of the fourth. Swing and a miss. Willer goes chasing. There's another strikeout for Camden Hartzell, and it's a big one, leaving the go-ahead runner at third. The fourth inning, top of the fourth inning, complete with the fourth strikeout in the game for Camden Hartzell. That's brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Roseburg tied with North Medford 2-2 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Harrison, Hartzell, and Carpenter due up for Roseburg to start things here in the fourth inning. 2-2 ball game with North Medford. Harrison takes outside, ball 1. He flew out to right field on the first pitch of his first at-bat. He'll ground one towards short. A nice bounding baseball to Colton Morgan. Sends it across the diamond to Kellen Willer for the first out here in the fourth. Roseburg Baseball here on the score today, brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts at Travel Leader, Flyaway Travel, and make sure that you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. First pitch swinging, a one-hopper backhand attempt by Baker at third. He cannot handle it. Goes off the glove, rolls up the arm. He lost it in the air. And that's going to be one of those bang-bang plays. How harsh do you judge him at third base on whether or not he should have fielded that one? I'm going to say a hit. That was right on Mason Baker. And he could not field it cleanly, but that was a quick short hop right at him. Tough one to play. So I'm going to give Roseburg a hit for pitcher Camden Hartzell there. Gets on. That's the go-ahead runner at first. They do bring in a courtesy runner for the pitcher. First pitch swinging. Carpenter pulls one left side. Finds the gap with the shortstop playing up the middle to try and play for the double play. Keegan Carpenter finds a weak spot in the defense and just rolls one into left field. And Carpenter has his first hit for a guy that is playing his first year of varsity baseball, gets to start kind of spot duty here. He has done a nice job in those opportunities. Keegan Carpenter came in today, came into the season hitting .211. He's 1 for 2 here in this one. So not too shabby. And he came up with a big hit there to put runners at first and second. Meeting on the mound for North Medford. The courtesy runner, by the way, out at second base is Cash Richardson. Breaking the action, we can tell you that today's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth & Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. So Willamette currently leading the Southwest Conference at 6-2. Roseburg at 5-3 is in second. North Medford at 4-3. Grants Pass at 4-3. They're tied for third. South Eugene at 4-5. Then South Medford at 2-5. And then Sheldon at 1-5 at the bottom of the standings. Take a look at today's matchups around the conference here in a moment. First pitch swinging. Caden Austin hits a line drive to center. They've got Richardson holding at third. The ball cut off on the mound by Willer. And that is 3 straight hits for Roseburg. And they've got the bases loaded with just one away. Caden Austin 2 for 2 in this game. That was a nice, easy line drive right back up the middle. Right now, Roseburg not trying to do anything too fancy with it. Just sending the ball back where it came from. They'll play with the corners in with one out. Heath King will swing through the first pitch for strike one. King, a sac bunt back in the third. Outside. 1-1 count for King. Dominic Daffrin in a bit of a jam here. The bases loaded and one out. King hits one up the middle. It's going to go to second. They step on the bag. Throw it to first. Did they get the double play? Waiting to find out. I'm not seeing a call. I don't think they're calling him out at second base. They said safe at second for Caden Austin. Colton Morgan was trying to say he fielded the ball on the bag at second to start that double play. As it stands right now, they're going to say that Austin is safe. That would give Roseburg the lead at 3-2. It would be 2 away. Colton Morgan was saying that he had his toe touching the bag as he stretched to get the ground ball and then came off the bag and made the throw to first. And the umpires are going to get together and meet on this one. This will be big here to see if Roseburg, as it stands right now, you'd have runners at second and third with 2 away and Roseburg a run in to make it 3-2 if the call stands. And they will reverse it. Kind of felt like it might have been the right call, but kind of tough there to overturn that call when it initially was called in Roseburg's favor. And Coach Thompson will definitely make his thoughts about that known. Heath King grounds into an inning-ending double play, and that will wrap up the fourth inning. Roseburg looked like they had a chance at trying to take the lead. So as it stands, we will go to the fifth inning, still tied at 2 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Shortstop Colton Morgan just made the play at the end of the fourth inning, and now he gets to lead things off here in the fifth. A 2-2 ball game between Roseburg and North Medford. Swing and a miss, a 1-1 count for Morgan. He is 0 for 1 in the game, was hit by pitches last time up. Started a double play on his own, fielding a grounder on second base and then throwing to first to get Heath King to finish things off in the fourth inning. And that eliminated a run possibility there for the Roseburg Indians. 1-1 count. Excuse me, a 2-1 count. And there's another ball outside for a 3-1 count. Oh. They will appeal down to first, and it'll be a 2-2 count on a check swing. And now Coach Kerry Curtis is out of the third base coach's box, having an opinion on the most recent moment. Both coaches, some feelings on how things have gone here in the last inning and a half or so. Breaking ball misses low to Morgan, who's got a full count now. And there's ball 4. So Morgan will find his way on base, a hit batter, and now a walk. That is actually the first walk in the game issued by either pitcher.
Next batter, number 16.
Runner on at first would be the go-ahead run for North Medford. Yeah, both pitchers have not allowed a walk in this one so far. On at first is Colton Morgan. He was leaning the wrong way. Got him at first base. A pickoff over there. Morgan leaning towards second, and he tried to dive back, but not in time. And so Roseburg will get the bases empty and get the first out. Pitch low for ball 1 to Jake Payton. Payton swings through a 1-1 count. He is 1 for 2 today with a single and a run scored. The 1-1 from Hartzell. Breaking ball in. Slices on the inside corner. In for a called strike. 1-2 count. Here in the top of the fifth. 2-2 ball game. That breaking ball buried outside. Not seeing any activity for North Medford or Roseburg in the bullpen so far. It's a 2-2 pitch, misses just a little bit low. So it's a 3-2 count. And there is ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Camden Hartzell. Picked off the first one, so after issuing back-to-back walks, there's still just the one man on base. So Peyton on base for a second time. First pitch, a strike called against Dominic Daffrin. Daffrin is 0 for 1 in the game, reaching on an error. Slaps one right side into right field. Harrison will come up throwing. So Daffrin will reach on his first base hit. That one through the defense on the right side. Second base playing up the middle with a man at first. Wide open on that side with Carpenter holding the runner on. A lot of space to work with over there for Daffrin. And he goes opposite field. No left-handed batters in the lineup for this Medford team. First pitch. Called strike 1 on a curveball to Austin Warren. Hartzell, 0-1 pitch. Squaring to bunt. That sure looked like he offered. And yeah, that's going to be the call. He had the bat out there. He poked at that. He offered. 0-2 count. Some complaints from the visiting side. But I would agree, it looked like he had offered on that one. He pops it up. Warren, shallow right side going out. Austin, the second baseman, collects it in the outfield grass. 2 down. 9-hitter Ben Morgan's been a dangerous batter for North Medford. He's 2 for 2 with a double, a single, and an RBI and a run scored. He will step in with 2 down and runners at first and second. So around the conference, Willamette down at South Medford today. The conference leader out to an early start is a ball left side, 3 for 3 for Morgan. Out in left field, Heath King going to throw to the plate. The throw with plenty of time, tagged out at home. Final out as Jake Payton is tossed out at the plate. Roseburg will get the final out they needed at home as a base hit by Ben Morgan to left. Scooped up by Heath King, and he throws out Jake Payton, who was hesitant around third base, and is the final out as he put the sprints on and was beat by a mile. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Roseburg and North Medford in a tight one, 2-2, here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Brooks Avery leads things off for Roseburg here in the bottom of the 5th. Fouls off the first pitch. Avery up for a third time. He's 1 for 2 in the game with a single and an RBI his last time up. Showed a bunt. He'll take it for strike 2. That breaking ball cutting in across the strike zone. 0-2 count. Avery, the leadoff man in the order, and leading things off here in the 5th in a tie ball game. Swings after a breaking ball for strike 3. First strikeout here in the 5th inning. 4th strikeout in the game for Dominic Daffrin.
Next batter, number 15, Paxton Burke.
Daffrin, the right-hander, into his 5th inning of work. Ground ball to short. In front of it, Morgan, throw to first base is going to beat Paxton Burke by a step and a half. Burke out of that left-handed box, quick down the line, but not quick enough.
Batters number 13.
That'll bring up Dane St. Clair. He had the triple off the base of the right field wall back in the 3rd. That tied up the ball game for Roseburg. And St. Clair having a brief meeting here with first base coach Tim Sestair. Checking in on the scoreboard, Willamette leading South Medford 4-0. It was 4-0 after the first inning. After 3, Willamette still in front 4-0 over South Medford as they look to try and hang on to first place. Breaking ball outside for a 0-1 count to St. Clair. Grants Pass is at Sheldon. Grants Pass trying to kind of keep up with the top half of the conference standings. A strike taken by Dane on a fastball on the outside corner. West Salem at South Eugene for a non-conference game as South Eugene tries to pick up a big non-conference win. The 0-2 pitch, St. Clair watches 3 straight pitches, and he will be out number 3. Daffrin gets 2 punch-outs here in the 5th. He's got 5 total. Roseburg, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're through 5 innings of play. We go to the top of the 6th, still tied at 2 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
First batter for North Medford, top of the order, Frankie Rutigliano.
Back here to start the top of the 6th inning, the Roseburg Indians and North Medford Black Tornado in a 2-2 ball game. Starting out a 1-0 count. Make that 2-0 now as a pitch bounces in to leadoff man Frankie Rutigliano. Tigliano, top of the order, starting the 6th inning, up for a 4th time. Hits a slow roller towards short, charging in. Avery makes the play across to Carpenter, 1 away. Avery having to charge in, but ended up squaring it up and stutter stepping and fielding that one rather than kind of just scooping it up on the run and making the throw across the diamond as you might usually see him do.
Batter number 3.
But he makes it look clean and easy. Very smooth shortstop in most cases. First pitch, a chopper third base side. Short hop by Jake Johnson, but he loses a handle on it coming out of the glove. So Easton Curtis will get on safely with 1 away. Curtis on for a 2nd time, but that'll go down as an error for Roseburg. Jake doing a nice job charging in, but trying to get the ball out of the glove. It just slipped through the fingers. And then popped up in the air. He couldn't find it. 1 on, 1 away. Jeremiah Robbins batting. Camden Hartzell still out there throwing for Roseburg. First pitch, breaking ball, ends up outside and low. Today's contest brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Our live video stream online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. Brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Pickoff throw to first. Not there in time. You can hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. That's 1490 The Score there on YouTube. Follow us. Make sure you're finding Roseburg High School Sports. As a throw to second, not going to be in time. Runner was going, and Curtis will get in with a stolen base. The throw just a hair behind from Paxton Burke. A good throw, just not quite there in time. It was a strike at the plate against Jeremiah Robbins. It's got a 1-1 count, now has the go-ahead runner in scoring position. Breaking ball, he swings after and misses. Robbins 1 for 3 on the day. Last time up, he hit a chopper that kind of hit off the plate, was fielded in fair territory by Burke, and he was thrown out at first. The 1-2 pitch misses outside. Well, coming up tonight, you've got Oregon State baseball in action. The Beavers taking on Nevada. We won't have coverage of that one for you on the radio, but we will tomorrow when they wrap up that 2-game series. The 2-2 ground ball left side. Throw to third. Get it there in time? Yes, they did. They get the tag play at third to retire Easton Curtis. I wasn't sure they were going to get it there. Avery makes a great throw to Jake Johnson at third base, and they'll get a fielder's choice for Jeremiah Robbins on at first. Roseburg will take that for sure. The ball was on the left side, taking Avery towards third base instead of trying to make the difficult long throw across the diamond to get Robbins. Makes the short throw to third, and Roseburg gets it there in time for the tag to get Curtis. 2 down. Courtesy runner on for Robbins at first. Kellen Willer at the plate, an 0-1 pitch, right side. Austin waits, plenty of time to get it to first, and Roseburg gets through the 6th. Good defense behind. Camden Hartzell helps out, and it is still 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Roseburg and North Medford even up in a big-time battle here in the Southwest Conference on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning, today's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Dominic Daffrin still out there throwing, hits the inside corner for a called strike to Jake Johnson as we start the 6th inning, tied at 2 between Roseburg and North. Jake Johnson 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Chops at a high pitch out towards left field, not very deep, coming in and securing the catch, Austin Warren. Retires the first batter. Up the bat will be Brevin Harrison. Well, Oregon baseball earlier today getting a win. The Ducks taking on Gonzaga in a midweek matchup. Just out off the plate for a first pitch ball 1 to Brevin Harrison. 14-9 is your final score in that matchup between Oregon and Gonzaga up at PK Park. Fastball hits the inside corner for a strike to Brevin. Oregon State baseball at Nevada coming up tonight. Again, not on the radio here this evening, but tomorrow we'll have that game for you. As a ball hit left side, one hop on the infield, into left field, base knocked for Brevin Harrison. His first hit on the day, and Roseburg will get a runner on base. Looking to try and take the lead here in the 6th. Both teams have threatened, but neither team has been able to grab the advantage ever since Roseburg tied it up in the bottom of the 3rd. Camden Hartzell 1 for 2 on the day. He'll bat with Harrison on at first. Takes outside from Daffern. Dane St. Clair is thrown in the bullpen right now for Roseburg. He's a full go after the weekend. He got a relief appearance through 1 inning, and I think he got up to about 21 pitches, if I'm remembering correctly. The 1-0 showing a bunt taken high and inside. 2-0 count. Camden Hartzell batting with 1 out and a man at first. Daffern will fire in that pitch. Bunted, first base side, picked up by Willer. Run to first. Got it there in time. Willer with a head-first dive. Got his glove on the bag just in time to retire Hartzell. That was bang, bang. If you could make it any closer. Whew. You're going to the replay monitor on that one. You got to break that down by a fraction of a second. Hartzell almost beats it out on a push bunt first base side. Up to second base goes Harrison. Keegan Carpenter will take a breaking ball low for ball 1. Man, that was close at first. Carpenter fouls off the 1-0. You had Willer diving for the bag while Dominic Daffern running over there trying to help cover, and I believe second baseman Ben Morgan was over in the area backing up kind of things too. A lot of activity over there, and then Hartzell running to the bag as well, but the umpire down that direction felt he saw it cleanly. Calls Hartzell out at first. 2-1 count right now for Keegan Carpenter. He swings through the breaking ball, 2-2. On the mound, Daffern, 2-2 delivery. Carpenter fouls it third base side, stays alive. Well, sad news today from the world of baseball. Whitey Herzog, the Hall of Fame manager, dying today at the age of 92. Led the St. Louis Cardinals to a World Series championship in 1982 and 3 National League pennants. As Carpenter pops one up with 2 outs, that ball on the infield, first baseman Willer underneath it. And Roseburg leaves the go-ahead runner at second base here in the 6th. Willer led 3 National League championship teams with the Cardinals, also won 3 straight division titles with Kansas City. Again, Whitey Herzog, the Hall of Famer, dying today at the age of 92. I wanted to pass along that bit of baseball information to you here today. We will go to the top of the 7th. We're tied at 2. It's Roseburg and North Medford in a Southwest Conference battle coming up in the 7th inning here after this 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
We are tied 2-2 as we head to the top of the 7th here at Champion Car Wash Field. It will be Colton Morgan, Jake Payton, and Dominic Daffern, your 3 hitters due up. They will face a new man on the mound. Dane St. Clair will take over. The lefty will fire the first pitch of the 7th inning, gets a ground ball right at Jake Johnson, knocks it down, throws across to Keegan Carpenter at first to get the out. Retiring Colton Morgan to begin things here in the 7th inning. 1 down.
Next batter,
I want
number
to thank our
16,
sponsor,
Jake Payton.
Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance, sponsoring strikeouts by Roseburg pitchers. Give Chris a call with State Farm at 541-672-3301. Soft breaking ball in for a swing and a miss to Jake Payton. 7th inning here, tied 2-2. The 0-1 pitch outside for St. Clair. Dane coming in, making his 7th appearance. He's thrown 14 in the 3rd inning so far, now 14 2/3 after getting that first out. The 1-1 swung on and missed by Payton. St. Clair with a 1-0 win-loss record, a 3.42 ERA. 10 strikeouts, 9 walks in his 14 innings. The lefty's 1-2 pitch. Chopped left side, backhanded by Avery. Long throw to make. Stretched by Carpenter in time. What a play! Deep in the hole at shortstop. Brooks Avery ranging to get there. Sets up and makes a strong throw across the diamond to retire Jake Payton 2 away. And it'll bring up Dominic Daffrin. Takes a first pitch, strike 1. Live video coverage here on The Score brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. The 0-1 pitch low. Dane St. Clair needing one more to try and pitch a scoreless top of the 7th. Keep this game tied at 2. Dominic Daffrin up there with a 2-1 pitch. Takes low again, a 3-1 count. Daffrin on the day, 1-for-2 with a sac bunt in there. 3-1 pitch to him. Belts out one to left field on the run. That ball gets down all the way to the fence. Daffrin heading into second. Stand up, 2-out double in left field. I believe is Brayton Loomis now for Roseburg. Trying to catch a number out there.
Next batter will be
I
number
believe
2,
that Heath
Austin
King
Warren.
Heath King moved to center field with St. Clair taking over on the mound. So I believe Brayton Loomis will be the defender out and left. First pitch fouled back for strike 1 by Austin Warren. North Medford, I believe that's their 3rd double in this game. 0-1 pitch to Warren. Fouled that one off his front shoulder, bounced up off the turf and off his arm. It's got an 0-2 count. That actually might be Riley Cheney out there in left field. The 0-2 from St. Clair. Ground ball, third base, goes off the glove for Jake Johnson. It stays on the infield. Johnson, a dive to get to that ball, could not cleanly field it. And runners are on the corners with 2 down. The 9-hitter, who has been a tough out, Ben Morgan, 3 for 3 in the game, will step in. Base hit there for Warren, his first of the game. Runners on the corners with 2 down.
Next batter number 14, Ben Morgan.
Ben Morgan, a double and 2 singles. St. Clair got the first 2 outs quickly. Now trying to get the final out. A ground ball sharply hit towards the bullpen for Roseburg. Yeah, I believe that's Riley Cheney out there in left field defensively after the pitching change for Roseburg. St. Clair will step off the mound. And we've got a visit out to the mound for pitching coach Zach Mandera. Well, big moment here in this one. Roseburg needs one more out to get through this 7th inning with the game still tied. Camden Hartzell goes 6 innings. Managed to scatter a number of hits. Scattered 10 hits in this one. Only gave up the 2 runs. He's hoping that the team can hang on here. An 0-1 count with runners on the corners. Ben Morgan at the plate, and boy, has he been a tough out. Ben Morgan, I'm going to guess somehow related to Colton Morgan. Ben Morgan, a sophomore. The 0-1 pitch, grounded third base side, picked up by Jake, his throw to Carpenter. Roseburg gets through the 7th. Jake Johnson with a big scoop at the third base side and a fire across the diamond to Carpenter for the final out of the 7th. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Roseburg and North Medford tied 2-2. Back after this 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Headed to the bottom of the 7th inning, Roseburg and North Medford tied at 2 as we wrap up the first time through Southwest Conference play. Roseburg trying to finish it with a win and remain at least in second place in the conference standings. Dominic Daffrin still on the mound. First pitch fires to Caden Austin. Austin gets a ground ball to short across the diamond. Colton Morgan throws. It was a little low, but able to snag it before it hits the turf. Kellen Willer will complete the out. And Caden Austin, he's been a tough out of the 8th spot in the lineup card for Roseburg, but he commits his first out. One away, and it'll be the 9-hitter Heath King. They play with Mason Baker, the third baseman, in. First pitch off the glove for Jeremiah Robbins, and it's a 1-0 count for Heath. He is 0 for 1 in the game with a sac bunt in there. Baker playing way in at third. King did show a bunt the first time. Now he'll pop one up. It one hops to the mound. Barehanded by Daffrin. He throws to first to get the out. 2 down. So quick work there, but that's what happened in the top of the 7th. Dane St. Clair got a quick 2 ground outs to start off the 7th inning, and then North Medford threatened with a double and a single. It'll go to the top of the order, and Roseburg will look to try and return the favor. Brooks Avery has a big bat. Can find a spot out there. Looking to try and do something here with 2 outs in the 7th. See if Roseburg can win in regulation. I was going to say last year, Dane St. Clair, he got his first varsity hit as the walk-off hit in a Game 2 of a doubleheader against North Medford to win it there. That was pretty exciting. Back last year. Check swing at Brooks Avery on appeal said that no, he did not go around. He's got a 2-0 count. Fouls off one on the front foot for a 2-1 count. This day in baseball history, New York Yankees, first team to permanently put numbers on the back of the jerseys. They corresponded with a position in the batting order. That was back in 1929. His ball fouled up and out of play. Strike 2. Saw that and I had to write that down. Pretty big development in baseball, if you ask me. Having jersey numbers helps very much everyone to identify who's out there on the field. The 2-2 pitch here to Avery. Fouls it off. He wears number 6 on the back of his jersey, also on the front. I understand why you'd put the numbers on the back, but it's also very beneficial to have them on the front for when guys are out there defensively to tell who's who. A 2-2 pitch here from Daffrin once again. High and inside, backing out of the way. Brooks Avery has a full count. Roseburg trying to get the game-winning run on base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Daffrin 3-2 pitch. That one, ooh. It's going to get on base one way or the other. Unfortunately, it's the most painful of the methods to get on base for Brooks Avery. That one hit him, it sounded like, in the upper back, right between the shoulder blades, it sounded like. That's got to be a painful spot. You can kind of hear it reverberate from up here. On
number 15, Paxton Burke.
Hit by pitch. First hit batter for Dominic Daffrin in this one. And so Roseburg will get the game-winning run on base, but they've got to work hard to try and bring Brooks Avery around with 2 outs. Paxton Burke, he's due. He's 0 for 3 in this one. Takes outside from Daffrin. I've not noticed any activity in the bullpen for North Medford. Daffrin pitching late into this game. Got to feel like his pitch count's getting up there. I'd say he's probably still got some room, but it's got to be getting up there. Just outside on the 1-0 offering for Paxton Burke. Brooks Avery at first base. He's on base for a 3rd time. He's got 1 stolen base here so far today, and he's got a pretty decent lead over there. Line drive shot out towards center field. Diving attempt. Coming up with the play. Easton Curtis in center field robs away the hit from Paxton Burke to finish it off and send us to extras. Oh, man, what a play. If that ball is not caught, Roseburg's likely winning as it gets by and rolls all the way to dead center field. Curtis gives it away. He gives it all up, I should say, and he steals it away from Roseburg. We'll go to the top of the 8th inning, tied 2-2 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Headed to the top of the 8th inning, Roseburg and North Medford in a classic clash here in the Southwest Conference. I'm Joey Kieran here on this Tuesday evening. Dane St. Clair will get a second inning of work. He fires in a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike against the leadoff man, Frankie Ritigliano, the DH. He's 1 for 4 in the game. Takes outside for ball 1. Well, also this day in baseball history, Bob Feller with the Cleveland Indians threw the first and only no-hitter on opening day for Major League Baseball. It's a ground ball up the middle. St. Clair reaching for it, fell down, but behind him, Brooks Avery there behind second to field and throw to first. Retires Ritigliano, 1 away. Go ahead and try and get a legal ID in here in just a second. Roseburg trying to get to the bottom of the 8th with this game still tied. First pitch swinging for Easton Curtis. Into right field, it's Caden Austin there for the catch. Well, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball on the Score.
Next batter, number 8, Jeremiah Robbins.
All right, we'll keep it right here. Jeremiah Robbins will bat with 2 outs. And nobody on base. The pitch is in for a called strike to Jeremiah Robbins. Robbins 1 for 4 in the game. Takes low and outside from Dane St. Clair, who came in for Camden Hartzell in the 7th. He's now pitched an inning and 2/3. The 1-1 fouled away. Easton Curtis coming up the bat. We talked about it earlier. After you make a big defensive play, then get a chance to have the bat in your hand, and he had the opportunity. Flew out to right field to the second baseman. Jeremiah Robbins at the plate with 2 strikes. There's strike 3. Watches it go by. And that is a 1-2-3 frame for Dane St. Clair. He gets the K strut as he heads to the dugout. Roseburg will come up to bat in the bottom of the 8th. The game's still tied and looking to try and finish it here. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Roseburg coming up to bat with the heart of their order on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and the first batter for Roseburg, number 13, Dane St. Clair.
Dane St. Clair will step in. It's been all zeros since the 3rd for both teams. We're tied at 2 as Dane will show a bunt, takes outside, ball 1 to start things off here in the 8th inning. Roseburg and North Medford squaring off as the sun is starting to cast some shadows across the diamond from the left corner. Dane chops one first base side. Nice high hop there for Kellen Willer. He easily steps on the bag to retire the first out. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg baseball here on the Score.
Batter's number 17, Jake Johnson.
Check swing on the first pitch for Jake Johnson. And that one dribbles back to the mound for an easy putout as Dominic Daffron continues to throw for North Medford. And he gets a beneficial bounce on that one. There's 2 away. Just a check swing there by Jake Johnson. He tried to pull the bat back, but he couldn't get the barrel out of the way. The ball just trickled down the first base side for an easy putout. Brevin Harrison will bat. Takes on the outside corner for a strike. Harrison 1 for 3 in the game. Had a single his last time up. There is some activity in the bullpen now for North Medford as the pitch misses outside. But I am blocked from telling you who it is that's throwing down there at the moment. 1-1 pitch. With 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 8th. Tied at 2. The pitch called for a strike on the outside corner. Daffron's 1-2. Breaking ball ends up outside, able to hold off. Harrison takes. For North Medford, if they can get there, it'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up in the 9th. The ball popped up, fouled away, staying alive for Harrison. Brevin Harrison had the victory in a 9-inning game against South Medford down in Medford earlier this season. 2-2 pitch. Pops it up right side, flares it out. That could be trouble. Playing it. Willer will make the play. Over the shoulder, a difficult catch in shallow right field. The first baseman makes the grab for a 1-2-3 inning defensively for North Medford. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. The teams, well, it's like they know each other pretty well. We go to the 9th inning, still going through extras here at Champion Car Wash Field. Back after this 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
One-0 pitch, swung on and missed by Kellen Willer, who is leading things off for North Medford here in the top of the ninth. A 2-2 ball game. Dane St. Clair tosses in a breaking ball on the outside corner, gets a called strike. It was 2 runs in the second inning for North to take a 2-0 lead. It's a ball hard hit right side. It's going to carry towards the alley. Heath King will get it. He's going to throw in. Willer took a big turn. Will have to head back towards first. He put the brakes on. The ball got away at second, but backing up the play was St. Clair. He's there to make sure that Willer doesn't have any thoughts of trying to get 2 out of that leadoff single.
Batter number 1, Colton Morgan.
So Willer will get on base for a third time with his third hit. One on, squaring to bunt. That is taken for ball 1 for Colton Morgan. Two runs in the second inning. It was a double by Ben Morgan to drive in 1, and then a double by Frankie Rutigliano to drive in the second. Back-to-back 2-out doubles as a pitch fouled off on the bunt attempt by Colton Morgan. Camden Hartzell had given up a leadoff single, but then a sac bunt for the first out. Got a ground out to short, and he needed one more, but then gave up back-to-back doubles that drove in 2 runs for North Medford and gave him the early lead. As a pickoff throw to first, not there in time. North took the lead, but then Roseburg in the bottom of the third. Leadoff single by Caden Austin, and then a RBI single by Brooks Avery drove in 1, and an RBI triple by Dane St. Clair brought in the game-tying run as a ball fouled off on another bunt attempt by Morgan. Colton Morgan has himself a 1-2 count as he's been trying to sacrifice Kellen Willer into scoring position. Nobody out. Man at first. The 1-2 pitch to Morgan. Showing a bunt again. And he offers for strike 3. A strikeout for St. Clair, his second. There's one away. Again, strikeouts are brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. When disaster strikes, it's good to have someone you can trust on your side. Call Chris with State Farm at 541-672-3301. Foul tipped on the first pitch there to Jake Payton, and that one catches Paxton Burke. He'll take a minute to walk it off. Coming up next for both these teams, Roseburg will be in Eugene to take on the South Eugene Axe in a doubleheader on Saturday. That'll be the start of the second time through the conference slate. Roseburg winning against South Eugene here at home to start out conference play way back long ago before spring break. 0-1 pitch. Pickoff throw to first instead. For North Medford, they don't play again until next Tuesday, and they're going to have a rare Tuesday doubleheader as they host the Sheldon Irish. 0-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. Jake Payton grounded to short his last time up. Man at first with 1 away. The 0-2 pitch. High leg kick by St. Clair, and he gets a strikeout again. Back-to-back punch-outs for the lefty. There's 2 down. It'll be up to Dominic Daffron to try and keep things going. He had a double in the 7th. That came with 2 outs. He was left stranded at third. That would have been the go-ahead run in the 7th inning. 2 down, a man at first. First pitch bounces in. Behind the plate, Paxton Burke doing everything he can to make sure that ball does not get by. Trying to make sure that they don't give up anything extra to Kellen Willer, who's at first after a leadoff single. A 1-0 pitch, hit right side. One hop into Brevin Harrison, who will get to it quickly, sends it back in. And that is a 2-out single for Dominic Daffrin. He is 2 for 2 against Dane St. Clair. So runners at first and second. Sun starting to go back behind the clouds a little bit, hitting behind the horizon. And so the playing field is starting to darken a bit. No real shadows out there. There's a strike taken. So I'm guessing some clouds are involved in this shade that's coming across here at Champion Car Wash Field. It's Austin Warren at the plate. He had a single his last time up and is only at bat against St. Clair. The 0-1 reaches a soft liner hit towards short. Right there for it is Brooks Avery, and Roseburg will get out of the top of the 9th, leaving 2 North Medford runners stranded on base. No runs on 2 hits, no Roseburg errors. The 2 men left on. We go to the bottom of the 9th, still tied at 2 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Headed to the bottom of the 9th.
Number 16,
Roseburg and North Medford tied at 2. Dominic Daffrin continues to pitch. According to Roseburg's game changer, he's up to 87 pitches. It's been an efficient outing for him. I would have guessed a little bit higher than that. And the first pitch called ball 1 to Camden Hartzell. Hartzell this is now Riley Cheney batting. He was the defensive adjustment for Roseburg when Hartzell came out of the game. So Riley Cheney will get a chance to bat. He's got a 1-1 count against Daffrin. Takes high and inside, 2 balls and a strike. Riley Cheney, just his 5th plate appearance. He is 1 for 2 on the season. He's got 2 walks and the 1 base hit. Puts the bat on the ball, barrels one up to center field. A long fly ball out to Easton Curtis in center to start things off here in the 9th inning. 1 away. This live video coverage of Roseburg baseball here on the Score is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Our live video coverage there at 541radio.com. You can watch the game streaming on our website, or you can head to our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube. Ball 1 taken to Keegan Carpenter, the first baseman. Keegan is 1 for 3 in this game. Swings through the 1-0 offering from Daffrin. They've got some activity again going on in the bullpen for North Medford. Looks like a lefty out there throwing. The 1-1. One hopper hit deep to a short. Throw across by Morgan. Colton will get it there in time. 2 away. Over on the softball diamond, North Medford will get the win over Roseburg. And that should move North Medford ahead of Roseburg in the softball standings. 9-1 the final score in the softball game. Breaking ball hits the outside corner for strike 1 to Caden Austin, who is 2 for 3 in this game. The 0-1 pitch. Pop foul right side out of play for strike 2. Roseburg got down for 7 hits in this one. On the other side, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14 hits for North Medford. The 0-2. Outside, laying off. Caden Austin following that one all the way through. 1-2 delivery from Daffrin. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Might be the last guy that he faces, and he finishes it off with a strikeout. 5th, make that 6th strikeout in the game for Dominic Daffrin. And that will finish off the 9th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We're headed to the 10th, longest game of the season for Roseburg. We'll come back, top of the 10th inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
10th inning here from Champion Car Wash Field. Dane St. Clair, the 1-0 pitch, grounded up the middle for Ben Morgan, who has had himself a day. Morgan with his 4th hit of the contest. And his hit number 15 on the day for North Medford. So in their last 3 games, North Medford will have 42 hits in their last 3 games, but granted, this one has now gone into the 10th inning. So man on at first. Ground ball, third base, goes off the glove for Jake Johnson. Will not leave the infield, but Jake can't field the ball cleanly off the bat of Frankie Retigliano. On safely with the error goes Retigliano. Runners at first and second for North Medford. This will be
Batters number 3, Easton Curtis.
almost through the second time through the lineup here for Dane St. Clair. He's got 3 more batters to face as the ball fouled off. Stay behind home on the bunt attempt by Easton Curtis. It'll be strike 1. Nobody out. North Medford trying to sacrifice runners over with the sacrifice bunt. 0-1 pitch here for Curtis, who popped out to the second baseman his only time up against St. Clair so far. He squares the bunt again. Will put it down first base side, picked up by St. Clair. Throw to first, not in time. Curtis will beat out an infield bunt single. And the bases are loaded for North Medford. So big moment here for the Black Tornado as they try to take the lead. Neither team has scored since the 3rd inning. It was 2 runs in the second for North to put them in front 2-0. And then Roseburg tied it up in the bottom of the 3rd. And it has been all zeros since. St. Clair, first pitch swinging. Fly ball right field. Calling for it is Caden Austin. He's going to throw to the plate. The throw offline. And a run will come in. They've got a runner off at first. They're going to get the runner between first and second, but the runner coming home. And they're going to call out at first. But Brooks Avery couldn't get up to try and make a throw home, so 2 runs are going to score. The rundown between first and second results in another run coming in to score for Medford. They'll take a 2-run lead unless there's going to be an interference call. And does not look like it. Coach Thompson is going to come out of the dugout. The bases are empty. There's 2 down. 1 run for sure will be in. We'll wait and see, but as it looks right now, it's going to be 2 runs. Brooks Avery made the tag on the runner at first, tried to get up, got tangled in with Easton Curtis at first base, and didn't have a chance to try and make a throw home to get Frankie Ritigliano, who scored after the rundown with Curtis between first and second. The officials are conferring here. Jeremiah Robbins, a sac fly into foul territory, caught by Caden Austin. That was the first out. Easton Curtis, the rundown, the second out. There's 2 down and 2 runs in. They continue to meet. They will call interference at first and wipe one of the runs off the board and put Ritigliano back at third base. So it should be 3-2 with 2 down. And now Coach Thompson had his moment to ask for a review, and now it is Coach Curtis's chance to try and argue his case and get the explanation on the call. So Ben Morgan scored on the sac fly by Robbins. And Easton Curtis was out for the second out. Ritigliano will go back to third, is what they announced. So I think that goes down 2, 3, 6 on the put out for Easton Curtis in that rundown. So now still the explanation going on here for Kerry Curtis, the coach for North Medford. So it'll be a 1-run lead with a man at third and 2 away for North Medford, barring any further changes. The umpires are going to get together again. These moments like this, the rule book can get really fuzzy and difficult to remember all the intricacies of every rule in that book. Right now, the umpires are saying there's 3 outs. Unless they call Ritigliano out somewhere, I'm not sure where the third out would be coming from. The officials are going to say 3 outs. So 1 run comes in for North Medford here in the top of the 10th. So 1 run comes in for North Medford. Ritigliano still standing at third with his helmet on. He's the DH, so he doesn't have to go out defensively, but he's still standing there at third. I guess, do they call the runner, they call an out because of the interference? We're going to go ahead and take a 1-minute break. We're going to the bottom of the 10th. It's a 1-run lead for North Medford here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon. Because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Roseburg trailing by one as North Medford got a run in on the fly ball out by Jeremiah Robbins, and then chaos ensues. A rundown resulted in the second out between first and second, but then a tangle up with the runner and a runner's interference call in there. And then after many, many minutes of meeting between the umpires, they rule a third out in there. And Roseburg will get a leadoff single from Heath King as they played in at third, expecting a bunt, and King slaps one left side, finds the gap, and will get on as he faces Dominic Daffrin, who is now pitching into the 10th inning. And he's into his, he's got to be getting to about 100 pitches in this one. Gives up the base hit. Heath King on, good speed on the bases. Brooks Avery, good speed at the plate, will take low and outside for ball one. Roseburg needs one to keep the game going, two to walk off with a win. That one run in the top of the 10th, the first run since the third inning in this one. 1-0 pitch. Avery shows a bunt, pulls it back. Pitch misses outside, 2-0 count. Honestly, I'm the interference call, I don't know enough about it to confirm as to where that third out would come based on that, but I'm guessing that they called the out because the interference by the runner. Ball popped up, playable first base side, foul territory for Willard. Secures it for the first out. Big out there to get the first one as the top of the order up to bat. Last time up to the plate for Paxton Burke, he hit a low line drive to center that was snagged by Easton Curtis as he laid out head first to get to it. He sold out, and if not for that catch, Roseburg probably wins this game in the 7th. But the out forced us into extras. Burke will chop one right side. It goes over the top of the pitcher. Throw to first base. Gets away. Roseburg gets a runner on. Heading for third goes King. They're going to hold him there as Burke makes his way to second. Paxton Burke, I think he beat out the throw, but then the throw gets by. So the error on the throw allows him to get to second, and Heath King's all the way to third. And Roseburg with just one out as the game-tying run 90 feet from home. And here comes a visit to the mound. I believe we might be seeing a pitching change here as Dominic Daffrin likely getting close to the pitching count limit. So the top of the 10th, Ben Morgan got on with a single. An error got Frankie Retigliano on base. And then a bunt single for Easton Curtis loaded him up. Jeremiah Robbins hit a pop fly caught by the second baseman, Caden Austin, in foul territory. Austin, I don't know if he necessarily realized with the catch made, or maybe he thought he wasn't that far away. He didn't think to maybe get the ball in as quick as possible. He made a pretty quick throw back in, but tagging and looking to score was Ben Morgan. He would come in to score. The throw went to the plate, but everybody had to go back and tag off at first base was Easton Curtis. He got caught in a rundown between first and second. Roseburg got the tag out there, but in that process, Brooks Avery, the shortstop, got tangled up with Curtis and kept running. Was Frankie Retigliano scoring or coming around from second. And Retigliano tried to score, but they call interference on on Curtis, and that's how we ended the top of the 10th. So that interference call finished things off in the 10th inning for North Medford with just the one run in. And now here in the bottom of the 10th, Roseburg has the bases loaded as they intentionally walk Dane St. Clair. Daffrin still in the game. He's pitching with the bases loaded with one out. And that is the first walk that Daffrin will be credited with. He did hit Brooks Avery back in the 7th inning. It would have been a walk, but Instead, he beaned him. First pitch bounces in behind the plate. Jeremiah Robbins, the veteran catcher, knocks it down with the chest protector to make sure nobody's able to move. Heath King, the runner we care about at third. He's got good speed. He's the game-winning run at second. Ball fouled off by Jake Johnson for strike one. Johnson is 0 for 4 in the game. Last time up, dribbled one to third. Dribbled one back to the mound. 1-1 pitch. Jake hits it right side. That's trouble. That's going to get down. Roseburg's going to win this one. King comes in to score. Around at third, heading home. Roseburg wins. In his fifth at-bat against Dominic Daffrin, he finally comes through. A double for Jake Johnson to drive in two and win this one in walk-off fashion. 4-3 the final score. Roseburg wins in a game that had some interesting twists and turns here today. Roseburg will hang on to second place in the Southwest Conference. Willamette winning today will hang on to first, but Roseburg a big win in the first of 3 games against North Medford. What a ball game we were treated to. 10 innings, and it finishes with the Indians a walk-off win off the bat of Jake Johnson. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back with the post-game show to wrap this one up for you here today from Champion Car Wash Field. Roseburg wins it 4-3 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Well, it was a wild one here tonight from Champion Car Wash Field, where the Roseburg Indians will pick up a huge win on top of North Medford. Your final score is 4-3. Roseburg with 2 runs in the bottom of the 10th to come up with the victory. It was definitely quite the ball game. These are 2 very talented teams, and Roseburg getting somewhat a measure of revenge after going 1-3 against North Medford last year, including a loss in the quarterfinal round of the state playoffs. Roseburg gets the win as we take a look at your final numbers here today. For North Medford, 3 runs on 16 hits. They committed 2 errors. And North Medford leaving 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13, 14, 15 runners left on base for North Medford. On the other side, Roseburg with 4 runs on, 10 hits. I wrote down 9 for some reason here. 4 runs on 10 hits, committing 3 errors in this one and leaving 6 men on base. Getting the win is going to be Dane St. Clair. He will improve to 2-0 on the year. St. Clair pitching the final 4 innings of this one. He gave up 6 hits, 1 run over those final 4 innings. Dominic Daffrin will take the loss. He pitches 9 1/3 innings. He gave up 10 hits, 4 runs. He had 1 walk and had 6 strikeouts. Quite the ball game we had here today. It was 2-2 through most of it. North Medford scored 2 runs in the top of the second on back-to-back 2-out doubles by Ben Morgan and Frankie Ritigliano. Then Roseburg would tie it up in the bottom of the third. A 1-out single by Brooks Avery would get 1 run in. And then Dane St. Clair, a 2-out triple off the base of the wall in right field, would give Roseburg a 2-2 ball game after 3 innings of play. And it was all zeros the rest of the way until the 10th. Both teams had opportunities with runners in scoring position but could not bring them in, as both pitching staffs did a good job of controlling the damage. In the top of the 10th, though, a leadoff single by Ben Morgan got the go-ahead runner on base. An error at third base by Roseburg would put 2 runners on, and then a bunt single for Easton Curtis would load him up with nobody out. Jeremiah Robbins at the plate would fly one into the air right side, and it was caught by Caden Austin, the second baseman, in foul territory. Austin didn't get the ball in quick enough. Tagging and scoring was Ben Morgan. The throw did go to the plate. Paxton Burke then noticed that Easton Curtis was off of first base. The throw goes to first, and they get Curtis in a rundown. And Curtis would get tagged out by Brooks Avery, the shortstop. They got tangled up at first base. And so with that, Avery was unable to get up and try to throw because Frankie Ritigliano, who had been at second base, while Curtis was in a rundown, he runs to third and then looks to try and take home, with the attention all going to the runner between first and second. And he was going to score, but they ended up calling a runner's interference. The tag was applied on Curtis, so he was out. Then he interfered with the defense. And then after that, they ruled a third out somewhere. And to be honest with you, I'm guessing that they ruled that Ritigliano out because of the interference as well. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but that is how they end up ruling that one there. So they would get the third out, and North would only get 1 run in the top of the 10th. In the bottom of the 10th, Dominic Daffrin, into his 10th inning of work, gives up a leadoff single to Heath King, who slaps it left side with the defense pulled in. Then Brooks Avery would fly out to the first baseman, but Paxton Burke, a ground ball bounding right side, he makes its way to the second baseman. I think he beat out the throw, but the throw then gets away and he takes second. That allowed Heath King to get to third. They intentionally walked Dane St. Clair to load the bases, and Jake Johnson, who was 0 for 4 leading into his final at-bat, slaps a double down the right field side to score 2 and give Roseburg the lead. That's how it played out here today. What a game we were treated to here this afternoon. Roseburg will improve to 10-7 on the season. North Medford goes to 10-5. North will go to 4-4 in conference play. Roseburg goes to 6-3 as they finish the first time through the Southwest Conference schedule. I guess I was a little preemptive. Willamette has not wrapped up their win just yet against South Medford, but they were winning 11-2 at last check. Roseburg ending Well, actually, they didn't have much of a losing streak against North Medford, but they did lose their last one last year against North, so nice to get a win here to start things off this season against the Black Tornado. Roseburg has now won 2 in a row, and they will get ready to continue the Southwest Conference season with their start of their second half with a doubleheader at South Eugene coming up on Saturday for for North Medford. They are hosting Sheldon in a doubleheader coming up Tuesday next week. 4-3 the final score, walk-off win for Roseburg. What a game it was here today. Looking forward to the next one, that is for sure. That's going to be coming up on Saturday when Roseburg heads to Eugene to take on the Axe. Game 1 of that doubleheader at noon. All right, we're going to wrap it up. We've been on the airwaves long enough, so let's wrap it up there, folks. 4-3 the final score. Roseburg with the win over North Medford. Want to say thanks to the North Medford Black Tornado for a very entertaining and competitive game. Great crowd, great energy and entertainment value here tonight. Thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue, Head Coach Troy Thompson, the entire Roseburg baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on The Score. Thanks to Connor McLean back in the studio running the radio production for you here tonight. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. That's Connor McLean back in the studio. My apologies there. We will talk to you next week this weekend when Roseburg is in Eugene to take on South Eugene. Game 1 of our doubleheader starting at noon. And our pregame coverage will start at 11:45. You can catch the action on the radio, or you can watch it online at 541radio.com as well. We'll talk to you on Saturday starting at 11:45 in the morning. This has been Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Awesome.